I want to thank you all for being here today for a very timely announcement. LUMA Festival has been and continues to be a very integral community event that reaches literally thousands of people from across our region, but you can't stop there. It is not only a community event, an economic driver that not only reaches our region, our state, we draw people from all over this country and all over the world. And so I am so proud to have been a supporter of LUMA from its inception. And so I want to thank the two founders, Joshua and Tice, for joining me here today. Also on LUMA weekend, which I know they're both very busy and probably ready to pull out all their hair because they're running around. But this is one of the many community assets and resources that we have in the Southern Tier that brings people together across all economic backgrounds, whether you are an art enthusiast or this is your first time in projection art and artists, the whole gamut. And I just want to thank them for their vision and their continued commitment. And so it is because of all these reasons and many more, I was very delighted to be able to secure a grant for $10,000 to support the LUMA Arts Festival. So I'm clapping.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And so this is the 11th year, and this festival continues to grow each and every year. I'm going to take a moment of personal privilege to lift up the fact that LUMA Festival, which always happens in September, but the reach of this organization has gone beyond the Southern Tier. As I mentioned, we have visitors that come from all over the country and all over the world. Just this summer, LUMA was a part of the Macy's 4th of July weekend. And so as a proud, born and raised Southern Tier resident, to see our community represented by the great talent of these two great individuals here and their entire team, a part of a nationally, internationally broadcast program, just gives you even more insight into the reach and the importance of this great community event and economic driver. And so if you've never been to LUMA, fret not. You have an opportunity this weekend, because not only is it a great opportunity to support small businesses that we have here in our community, connect us even more to the arts, it is also my favorite cost, which is free 99. There is no cost to attend, and the organizers of it designed it that way intentionally because they didn't want anyone to be robbed of the opportunity to enjoy the arts, support small businesses simply because of an affordability issue. And so I encourage residents who have not come to LUMA, or maybe it's been a long time since you've come, or if it's your first time, to come and celebrate and join all of us this weekend. So the other piece I want to share with this great festival is that I'm going to lift up the artists, but also the organizers. Joshua and Tice, Conrad, Matt, the entire team, they all work incredibly hard all year long to make this weekend possible. And we know it wouldn't be possible without all the support from some of the title sponsors at varying levels. So I want to thank all of the sponsors for this year's LUMA Festival. I know from the preview I saw last night, and I'm definitely going tonight, that everyone is in for a great treat. And that is due in large part to the artists who are here from literally all over the world. Also, we have regional artists that are having their work put on display. So I won't steal all the thunder because that's what Joshua and Tice do. They can tell you about all the artists, but it is truly a pleasure and an honor to support the great work that you all do through this festival and to present you with a nice big old check. So we'll do that later. But for right now, I would like to ask Joshua, co-founder of LUMA, to give some remarks. So please join me in welcoming Joshua Bernard.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Of course.
So thank you so much, Senator Webb. I'll just give you the bare facts of LUMA. It is this weekend, September 5th and 6th. It's the country's premier projection arts festival. We are an arts meets technology meets storytelling festival, and we have artists from all over the country here, all over the world here this weekend, and we have a lot of local artists, dozens of local artists we're featuring. It's part of the Peg Johnson Living Lights project. We have 5 brand new world-class features with artists around the world, and we have 8 small works. It's really a record-breaking year for us, and both in terms of quantity, but I also think Tice has been talking. Tice is our lead curator in terms of quality this year. So I strongly encourage you to come. This is going to be one of those years where everybody's going to be talking about it the next day, and you'll be very, very, very sad face if you don't come. So please join us this weekend. It turns out it's going to be beautiful weather. We're as surprised as you are, and so we're very excited about that. I want to take a moment to really speak about Senator Webb and thank Senator Webb for the role that she's played in the history of LUMA. It's always a nice day when a leader brings you a big check. But, I don't want to say it's easy, because it's not. I'm sure it's not easy to secure grants, but it's easier when the event's established, when it's known, when this crazy idea has blossomed. But Senator Webb is not just here today. She was here from day one when it was a crazy idea, when it wasn't maybe as safe to say we should put all these resources and all this energy and all this time and close the city down, and was on city council, and she was all in and understood and had the vision with us, right? And that to me, that's leadership, and that's an incredibly valuable thing that Senator Webb brings to our community, in addition to the big check. So for which we are very grateful. And one other story about Senator Webb that really demonstrates, I think, why she's important both to LUMA and a million other things like LUMA, which is when she was first elected and was really, she was very familiar with LUMA to begin with, but really trying to get to the nuts and bolts behind, I think, all of these different community assets. She said, I want to come down, I want to get a tour of LUMA and really get to know, and sometimes people say, she's going to come down and do a tour, come down and do 5 minutes. No. Senator Webb came down, and by the way, this was the worst weather in the history of LUMA. Torrential downpours. The projectors somehow stayed up, and Senator Webb toured with us for 90 minutes in the pouring rain, meeting everyone, learning everyone's name, finding out about the technology, the artists, and truly took a level of interest that I don't think I've ever seen an elected official take. And it was so meaningful when you put all of your time and your energy as a community member and passion into a project to have a leader like Senator Webb. So thank you so much. And thank you for what you're doing today as well. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Tice, did you want to say anything?
Come.
Bad
public speaker.
Okay, no. But Tice is the curator extraordinaire for LUMA, and I want to close with this. As I said at the top of the press conference, we know that we continue to see growing challenges when it comes to access to opportunities for us to socialize, to build and strengthen community. And there are so many opposite messages and experiences that we all are having. One of the beautiful things about LUMA, when I said the cost is $3.99, although that is true, but it's bigger than that. It really has and continues to create an inclusive community. You see people from all backgrounds who may not previously have had the opportunity to connect with each other, exposure for small businesses to have more customers. It has an economic multiplier effect in ways that literally brings millions of dollars into our community. And so it is so important, and this is an initiative that was born right here in the Southern Tier that has a statewide and national, international effect. And so as a call to action, I want to encourage not only our community at large to come out and support, but I want to encourage all of my colleagues in government at every level to support this endeavor, because it is a great model for not only our community and our region, but our state and beyond, because it brings together all of those key issues, whether it's education, the arts, the economy, small business. All of these things are what fuels our communities every single day, and that's what makes us stronger. That's what makes us more resilient, and that is something that we can take with us for generations to come. So again, I'm so delighted and proud to present to you both and the entire team and the volunteers this wonderful check, and it's real, a check for $10,000 for the LUMA Arts, I gotta say your official name, Initiative Incorporated.
That's right.
So